I could see the entire multiverse, universes of raw potentiality stacked on one another from the outside. I saw the whole of space-time from the outside. Then I could see the universe and every subsequent variant as a singular hypersphere, a shape beyond human comprehension. Welcome to Let's Lift the Veil. If these testimonies touch you, help us spread the word. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Every interaction helps these extraordinary voices be heard by as many people as possible. Keep sharing the light. Stay curious. Stay open. Let's lift the veil together. For years, I was an obnoxiously militant atheist. I was deeply nihilistic, believing in no life after death, and had no real purpose to life. I found myself suicidal with constant self-destructive impulses. I started doing heroin when I was 13, and in 2016 at 19, it killed me. I was in the back of an establishment with two friends, when suddenly, my high faded, and I had a sensation that was reminiscent of a panic attack. I felt deep in my core that I was dying, that then and there was the time and place. However, unlike a panic attack, instead of a feeling of fear and distress, I was overcome with bliss and immutable acceptance. I knew then that I was going to die, but it was utterly and entirely okay. I told my friends that I needed to lie down, so I got onto my back and died there. I suddenly experienced all at once everything and nothing. Rather, I was dead. I didn't experience anything. Instead, the experience simply was all there was. I experienced life as every living thing, from birth to death, and every iteration of such. That is to say, that whoever reads this, I lived your life, and again with one extra hair on your head, and again with 3 arms, and again 1 centimeter to the left. Every variable, every possibility of every unique experience was as real as any other. I knew everything, and existed as everything in complete unity. And all knowledge, all experience coalesced into one singular principle: I am. Those words reverberated throughout the entirety of existence. I witnessed the birth, death, and rebirth of every universe in an infinite loop, all in an instant. At the crux of it all, I could see the entire multiverse, universes of raw potentiality stacked on one another from the outside. I saw the whole of space-time from the outside. Then I could see the universe and every subsequent variant as a singular hypersphere, a shape beyond human comprehension, and existence was one conceptual thing. The last thing I remember of the experience is reliving my own life. I found it incomplete and began to struggle to come back. I was shortly after resuscitated at the hospital. When I try to describe my experience to others, I find literal descriptions impossible. What I experienced was beyond human languages and conception. So I use allegories for the most part. One that I often use is this. Imagine an artist, say a painter, who is immortal. He works on a painting and has nothing but time to perfect it. This painting will be his magnum opus, a work of perfection. So with every minute detail, he spends decades, centuries, millennia. And while he's working on the detail, he gets so absorbed by it, after 70 years, that he forgets what he was working on to begin with. Then, when he's finally done with said detail, he can take a step back and see the whole of the painting and say, "Oh, that's what I was painting." That "oh" moment is much the same experience. It seemed as though I took a step back from the attachment to my own life and remembered the absolution of it all. My life, behind the veil. Before this experience, I wasn't just an atheist. I was deeply nihilistic. I believed life had no purpose, that existence was random and ultimately meaningless. But what I encountered that day shattered everything I thought I knew. I didn't just witness something different, I became something else. I felt a level of peace, awareness, and unity that I had never imagined possible, as if I was no longer separate from the universe, but one with all things. This wasn't a dream or a hallucination. It was a level of reality so intense and so clear that it made everything else I had known feel like a shadow. And the most striking part, the experience felt more real than life itself. And since then, everything changed. My beliefs crumbled, replaced by a new sense of purpose and interconnectedness. I'm not the same person anymore, I discovered, right in the heart of suffering and chaos, a kind of harmony and a new path I never thought I'd find. Thank you for listening to this near-death experience. If this story moved you, please consider liking, commenting, and sharing it. It's a small action for you, but it means the world to this growing channel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next journey beyond the veil. Every click helps us give voice to these powerful stories. Take care of yourself and those you love. Until next time, keep sharing the light. Stay curious, stay open. Let's lift the veil together.